5 psychological reasons why people don't lose weight, even with diet and exercise. Matt Traube, a psychotherapist from Southern California, is convinced that your weight is closely connected with your self-confidence and sense of security. That's why your inner fears can easily cripple your attempts to shed those extra pounds. We've put together 5 major psychological barriers that keeps us from losing unwanted weight, despite a healthy lifestyle. 5. Having extra weight is convenient. Yeah, we know what you're thinking. Tell that to my skinny jeans that won't button. Surely there are no advantages to have excess weight, right? Well, hear us out. How many times have you heard someone complaining about being forever alone, working at a dead-end job, or just finding themselves not where they wanted to be in life? And what's the reason, according to them? I'm single because I'm fat. Companies just hire based on looks. I'm stuck in this rut because of my weight. It's all too convenient to blame existing problems on being overweight. Think about it. If a person's weight was more within the norm, it would be obvious that the reasons for their problems were hidden somewhere else deep inside. Of course, no one wants to be disappointed in themselves, so that is exactly why their weight doesn't change, even if they work out all the time. Their subconscious won't let it happen. 4. Being overweight nurtures procrastination. Let's be honest here. Procrastination is human nature. Any of you procrastinating something as you watch this video now? Any of these sound familiar? I'll do it tomorrow. Okay, definitely on Monday. For sure, after the new year. Okay, just one more bright side video. It's okay. We won't tell if you don't. Some of those struggling with their weight might even postpone their plans until the next life, when they're thin and fit. It's easy to say, I really wish I could dance like Beyonce, but I can't because I'm overweight. I don't have a body like her, so I can't even think about trying to copy her moves. I'll first try to lose some weight, and then I'll take up dance classes. So I'll just jog a bit in the evenings and save dancing for another day. Thus, that little voice of procrastination is at ease, knowing that your extra weight is satisfying its evil little plan. 3. It's a way to attract love and attention. Sometimes we just need to throw ourselves a pity party. And of course, who's invited? A loving shoulder to cry on. Someone ready to console us, feel sorry for us, take care of us, and offer their loving support. Poor you. They're there, everything will be all right. It's nice to feel like you're the center of the universe, and your subconscious basks in it. A restrictive diet and tough trainer are legit reasons for having your pity party, and your subliminal mind doesn't want to let go of all that empathetic attention it gets thanks to your battle to lose weight. 2. It's a coping mechanism against stress. Have you ever noticed that stress causes some people to eat a lot, even when they're on a diet? It's called emotional eating, and most people don't even notice that they do it. They intuitively turn to food because they're incapable of dealing with their true feelings, especially if they've had childhood trauma. They think to themselves, don't cry, stop complaining, you're an adult now. The anxiety of bottled up feelings can disguise itself as hunger. As a result, instead of paying a visit to a therapist that can teach them to cope with their emotions, they pay a visit to the fridge, despite their trainer's requests. 1. It's a distraction from dealing with self-esteem issues. Low self-esteem is another psychological hindrance to losing weight. If a person sitting in front of a nutritionist constantly mentions their voluptuous curves, or the fact that there's more of me to love, they unconsciously choose to stay the way they are. The same rule applies to excuses about heredity. That runs in my family. I've got my dad's big build. Well, you might be surprised to know that scientists say otherwise. They claim that coming from a big family doesn't mean that you can't change the shape of your body whatsoever. Genetic obesity just makes you a bit more predisposed to weight issues. So if you're fine with carrying on the big bone legacy, there's no need to torture yourself with exercise and diets. Just know that you can always change your mind. So, try to push any negative thoughts or excuses out of your head. Remember this video and remind yourself that it's just your subconscious trying to hold you back. Don't let it keep you down. If you really want something, just do it and don't look back. These 5 reasons aren't the only things that can prevent you from losing weight. There are also fears. Let's have a look at the potential fears that keep you from losing weight despite your healthy habits. Fear of new unwanted attention. Added weight and a few extra inches around your waist serve as a barrier between you and the outside world, protecting you from situations or people that can make you feel vulnerable. For example, the barrage of catcalls that women receive simply walking down the street often makes them feel really uncomfortable. Unfortunately, not all guys show gentlemanly respect, and the comments they make can be offensive or outright scary. That's why it might seem that the heavier you are, the less unwanted attention you'll attract and the safer your life will be. Catcalling aside, having a nice body usually makes more people interested in getting to know you and starting a romantic relationship with you. But for those who feel uncomfortable or unready to dive into the dating world, maybe it's just easier to hide behind your wall of extra pounds. Fear of failure. In this case, you may tell yourself that your life will take a turn for the better as soon as you lose your unwanted weight. Once you get in shape, you'll find the love of your life. When you become slim, your boss will suddenly realize that he had underestimated you. In short, your life will be picture perfect. A perfect life? That's a pretty big dream, and a huge disappointment if it doesn't happen. What if you can't lose the weight? You'll be so devastated. The potential to do so many great things, but success depending on your ability to lose weight, it's really scary. We're feeling panic just thinking about it. What about those who manage to lose the weight? While many people are afraid that after they've achieved success and got fit, the weight might come back. They could lose everything they worked so hard to get. And in the eyes of their friends and colleagues, they'll look like a big failure. Fear of the future. Unless you're a fortune teller. And if you are, can we talk about lottery numbers later? The future is mysterious and unknown. It's also pretty scary. Fears of the future come in two types: physical and psychological. If you've been heavy your whole life, you can't really imagine what your face will look like if you lose weight. Will you recognize yourself in the mirror? And if you've got a huge amount of weight to lose, you might worry about your skin. Are you ready to live with hanging skin? Well, you need to have the extra skin removed. It's totally rational to have these fears. Other fears are psychological. You know your norm, your comfort zone, what you feel okay with. Even if your current habits and appearance aren't as healthy as they could be, it's still terrifying to change them. What's more, not knowing how much your life will change when you're slimmer can cause a lot of anxiety. Fear of changing relationships. The people in your life really do have some image of you that includes your appearance. If you lose a bunch of weight, you're morphing their sense of who you are. They, justly or not, see you as your weight. As for those friends also struggling with their waistline, they might also feel betrayed or maybe even jealous if they're not doing as well as you are on their weight loss journey. Of course, your friends love you sincerely and are truly happy for any achievement in your life. But the fear of not being accepted can still exist in your subconscious. Hey, we didn't say all fears are rational. Fear of giving up comfort. Eating is a psychological coping mechanism. If you're having problems at work, or going through a rough patch in your personal life, or just if the weather is nasty, you pick up something tasty to calm yourself down. Some people say eating helps them deal with anxiety and depression, but does it really? Sadly, it's incredibly hard to get rid of specifically this self-preserving habit, mostly because the extra weight gives us the perfect excuse to stay home and hide away from the drama and pressure of the outside world. Do you know any other examples of how our psychology programs us to be reluctant to lose weight? Maybe you have a story of your own. Share in the comments below the video. If it's been useful for you, appreciate it with a like. And remember to subscribe to our channel. There's so much cool stuff on the bright side of life.